Morning, Keith. Yeah, just a couple minutes here before we get started. Just want to make sure that we get as many folks to join us. So in the meantime, I do have the risk disclosure up. You guys can peruse that. Obviously, for most of you, you understand what the risk disclosure is all about. Morning, Frizu. All right, we'll go ahead and start here. Yeah. Again, I just kind of, at a high level, kind of talk through the risk disclosure here, not go into any kind of detail here, but we all understand that the market trader and myself are here, not in any sort of investment capacity, just here to provide general information about the market. I'm not here to provide investment advice and offer to buy, sell, any, or recommend any, or endorse, sponsor any security company or fund. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and that we should not be using other than risk capital. Capital that we can otherwise afford to lose without jeopardizing one's financial security should be used in trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Okay, nothing contained herein is a solicitation or an offer to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Yeah, morning, Joshua. All right. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the news. Okay, now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way. So we're going to go and up here and share the Investme is my portal. Okay, here we're going to economic calendar, and we're going to go ahead and filter out everything but US. Okay, oops, not select all, everything but US here, and then we're going to select 2 and 3 star events. Okay. All right, we'll go back to the top, and we're kind of peruse through. All right, what we have. Okay, so we have a fair amount of news today. Today is triple witching. Triple witching. We have a bunch of expirations of options taking place today. Rollover. Okay, a lot of things taking place, which could cause, quite a bit of volatility in the market. Okay, so we have to take that into consideration. All right, in all our trades today. Careful. We need to be careful, right? So we have manufacturing PMI coming in at 945 today. We have at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have existing home sales from May coming in at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we have Fed monetary policy report coming in at 11. All right. And then a number of 2-star, kind of events here. Okay. Like I said before, today is triple witching. So that is also going to inject some volatility in the markets. We have rollover, we have option expiration. And so all these kinds of things could, create quite a volatile market, right? So we need to be careful. We need to be nimble. We don't need to necessarily hang around when it comes to, when we see evidence that the trade is not working in our favor. We need to be nimble and accept the fact that we're wrong, and take our profits wherever they, whenever they are present. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move into the charts. Okay, now that we've gone through the news, I'm going to go here, and we're going to go and share my screen. Okay, We're going to go ahead and start with the gold market as we normally do. All right. We're going to start with the daily chart again, just try to get a feel again for what is the general direction that the market is trying to head. Well, we finally got a break. Okay, this triangle pattern, I said, okay, this triangle pattern is an important pattern for us because it indicates to us, or the fact that price is outside is an indication that maybe we are going to are starting to see a particular direction in the market. Okay, so we are outside. We are far from closing here. We have a full day to decide exactly what this candle is going to do. But the fact that it broke to the upside could indicate that we have a rather large move in store, right? If you look at the mouth, of this triangle pattern, well, that's generally the guidance that we're given as to the distance that this price could go. What? Well, that's going to put us, pretty high in the in price. Okay, so we can't say it definitively yet, but the fact that we're above it is a good indication. The fact that we did not reverse like we have in the past is indicative of potential future prices to the high side. Okay, all right. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Again, we get to, I guess, take a magnifying glass to that daily bar that we just saw, right? So we have, an initial attempt to bring it down, but unlike the past, it was not accepted. Okay, unlike in the past, the basic barriers still remained and continued to bring price higher. Okay, now we have a little bit of kind of a doji reverse hammer kind of candle developing, okay, on the 4-hour. All right, that could indicate maybe that they're going to come back and maybe retest the top of this. All right, so this 2365, 2365 level, might offer some opportunities, okay, for a continuation move to the upside. Okay, often when we break significant levels, price comes back to retest it and test the conviction of whoever or whomever brought price or pushed price outside of these levels. Okay, so so similar kind of thing. I guess we were saying we're breaking out of consolidation. We're coming into an area here. I see above us. We're starting now that we're above this. It starts to bring into focus. 2395, 2400. As potential targets for this move. Okay, that we're seeing this move higher. All right, 30-minute chart. Okay, so we have again kind of a series of candles here. We've already kind of responded off a reference level that we care about. I'm going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. All right, and we're going to locate the Thursday bar. All right, we're out of the Wednesday, hopefully the effect of Wednesday, the abbreviated session that we had on Wednesday. All right, so we're going to go select this and kind of drag that across to the 430 bar. Here we are. So we're on the top on the high end, all right, of value, right? and we are open up initial balance. We have what appears to be a relatively small initial balance at the moment. Okay, so I don't know if there's some news kind of we have some news coming. I don't know if some of this is a result of waiting for some of that news to take place, but we do have price at the high end of value, which could indicate that there's a little bit of accumulation going on here at the high end. Acceptance of value to the upside, right? All our indications right now, right? We're above settlement, we're above VWAP. Okay, the only thing that really remains is a break of initial balance and a break above value area high here at 23. Let's call it 2379, right? If we get a break above value, then that could be the momentum that we seek for price to continue to the upside. Okay, so let's open up some of these levels here. Right now, we're kind of I would say we're kind of in the middle of the sort of the range that we normally expect in gold. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call out ADR high here. Okay, so we have ADR high here at what looks like 2389. Okay, 2389.2. 2389.2. We have ADR low here at 2358.6. Okay, we have settlement price, settlement at 2346.9. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off ADR here and turn on ASR. All right. So based on ASR, now again, this is might change with the open of the New York session because we base a lot of the session on the open. All right. So we are going to go ahead and mark these levels. We have 2364, 2364.1, okay, ASR high, and then we have 2342, 2342.2. Now, like I said before, this could adjust here a bit, all right, with the open, all right, so we'll with the open of the equities, okay, that could change here, change the ASR here a little bit, all right. So what are some of the hypos, right? Well, the fact that we're in range is a little bit of a concern because it means that both buyers and sellers are, I guess, okay with where price is right now. So I'm going to have to remain a bit patient with gold today, right? I'm gonna demand that demand that participants give me a direction. And how are they going to do that? By breaking, right? Giving me some sort of indication in the initial balance range on which direction that they want to take the market, right? I'm going to avoid, right? I'm going to avoid being in range price action if I can help it, right? Right now we are kind of in this kind of range. We had a move higher, okay. We had to move higher that broke some structure to the upside, okay. And now, ever since we did that here, right during London, okay, we've been kind of in this kind of range since then, right? So the question is now, is our market participants going to come in here and continue this move to the upside? Okay, if so, right, I want to see a break, right, like this. And then what I'd like to do is come back to the top of this and participate, right? Let the market participants tell me a direction. I say higher because we are above settlement. We are above VWAP. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw a little anchored VWAP here on London. Okay, the London low right here, right? So as long as price can stay above this anchored VWAP, then my feeling is that price will continue higher, and then I will look to see how I could potentially participate on any sort of retrace back to whatever structure it's broken. Okay. If I'm a seller, well, I need to open up ADR here again. If I'm a seller, then I need to wait for this 2389 level or some other reference level that I can pull, right? So we've already are reacting away from value area high a bit, but I think I would like to see more of a push out, maybe, outside of initial balance, and then maybe we get a failed auction back in, right? So this level up here would be an area, this 2389 level would be an area where I could potentially fade maybe back to VWAP or back to initial balance, something along those kind of lines. You want me to double check my, yeah, if you don't mind, my GC settlement I have at 2346.9. If that's not the case, if someone can go out to the CME group, I'm happy to adjust that settlement price with a link, a confirmation of that. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. All right. You're following 2369. Okay, so that's up here. right? 2369 ish. Oh, I read that wrong. It's 2368.9. 2368.9. My apologies. 2368.9. Okay. Or, yeah, 23, actually 2369 is correct. Okay. Okay. So we got that. Hopefully got that settled. All right. So just a couple of scenarios here. Okay. Right now, I need to put $5 in the tip jar. I haven't had my coffee yet this morning, and that's probably part of the reason for the lack of mental sharpness today. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market. Like I said, if we do get up to ADR, that would be an area where we could potentially see a reversal in price. The fact that we're not there now indicates that we're probably going to, have generally a more of a normal day, right? If we do break this initial balance to the upside, then we have, ADR high as our target. All right, before we could see a potential, reversal in price. Okay. All right. I think I've discussed the hypos. So again, guys, I'm seeing a number of participants in the room, but only 7 likes. I guess you guys can reserve judgment until the end. We just want to remind folks that subscribes and likes are the lifeblood for what we do here, right? So we need to hit the like button. Again, not necessarily. I got to work for it. All right, appreciate that, Tron. You're always in my corner. All right, so as we talked about. As we talked about, we're now going to be moving into kind of like correlated markets here, right? So every one of these instruments that I have here, we're going to go from GC now, and Tron is going to be very happy. We're going to look at platinum next, and then we're going to move the crude oil, look at RBOB, and then we're going to go to NASDAQ and look at ES to close out the session. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and look at platinum, right? Okay, so we'll make this part of our general review here. Now, platinum is far more, how we say, bullish, I would say, than we're going to go ahead and turn off ASR here for a moment. We're going to go ahead and open up the daily chart. Okay, so we saw a break. I'll move this off to the side here. Now we saw a break in that triangle pattern. Okay, in gold, right? And what's going on in platinum? Well, looks like we have a break above, this bearish trend line. Okay, something along these kind of lines, right? We're above this bearish trend line to the upside. Okay, again, another indication that maybe we are going to be headed higher, right? Okay, we're coming off of the 233-day EMA. We're above this bearish channel. Two bits of evidence that it could indicate that we are headed higher. So that's somewhat aligned with what we're seeing in gold. All right, 4-hour chart. Okay, for our chart, again, we have this break above. We're going to turn off initial balance here for a second. It doesn't make sense on the 4-hour chart. Again, we are breaking above EMA, right? This is obviously a candle that's still developing. We are above this anchor VWAP. We are above this daily VWAP. I haven't really drawn the volume profile, but this volume profile from Tuesday and Wednesday, we're above that, right? So if you see the series of volume profiles, we are accepting higher prices, right? Each time we have a higher value, right? So that's indication that we're accepting higher prices here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the 30-minute chart. We'll go ahead and draw our fixed range volume profile here. So let's see, where is it? Right here. All right, we're going to locate the Thursday bar. All right, here, same time, we're going to drag that across to the 430 bar. All right, so similar to what we're seeing. Well, actually not actually. Platinum is far more bullish, right? On gold, we were still, kind of inside inside this value area range, right? So um, gold is a bit lagging, I guess, in this case, on the bullish price action we're seeing in platinum. Now, could that be an indication? Could that give us a little bit more confidence to support, a potential gold trade longer, right? Given the correlated market that we're seeing has already made a pretty strong move to the upside, right? Everything that we care about, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this anchor VWAP. We're gonna take that same pivot that we saw in London, right? And we're gonna let that be our guide. Okay, so if price remains above, right, above this anchor VWAP, we're going to use that kind of as a litmus test to support our, a continued move to the upside, right? So any move down, right, down with rejection is just going to give us an opportunity to participate in this move higher. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open up ADR. We've already exceeded it. All right. We've already exceeded it to the upside, and really ADR really hasn't offered much in the way of a reversal at this point. Okay. Now, when we reach ADR early, okay, in the session, well, that could be an indication that we could be in the midst of a sustained auction to the upside. Okay, right? Because in normal circumstances, in an average day, we would expect price to remain in this ADR high, ADR low, right, range. The fact that we've broken above it and have remained above it is an indication that we could see, price higher. So we need to look for levels, maybe down at this 995.2, right around this level here, right around anchor VWAP, to support a continuation move to the upside. Okay. All right. Let's call out these ADR levels. All right. So we're going to go ADR high here at 997.6, 997.6. We got ADR low at 975.5, 975.5. We got settlement at 997.2. All right, we got turn this ADR off here in a second. We're going to go ASR. So again, similar, we're above it. So 984 to the top side, 984, 984.4. And then we have, what do we have here? ASR low at 967.1. All right. So those are kind of our levels that we're going to be keeping an eye on, right, to support, potential reversals in price. Okay. We have a new set of levels developed as now that we have the I'm not sure exactly what caused this, but nonetheless, we have some new levels. So I'm going to add those here. All right. So we have also 1008.9, and then we have 992.7. Okay. Let's see where ADR puts us. Well, ADR puts us a little bit lower. So let's I'll turn off ADR here a little bit. Okay. So like I said, oh yeah, absolutely, Niku. Today is the close of rollover, right? So we could see some volatile price action today for sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So what are some of the hypos? Well, we've already talked about one of them. We can look for a opportunity for a bullish move in these instruments with any sort of pullback back down to a anchored VWAP. All right. If we do get an extension, okay, if we do get an extension to price, we have ASR above us, right? We have to be kind of cognizant of that. But that's also going to be, we're also exceeding ASR, AD. ADR. Okay. So this ADR level has been exceeded, as I mentioned before. That could be an indication that we are in a potential sustained auction to the upside. Right. 4-hour chart is also giving us, an indication that we're in a relatively strong move here. Okay. So 4 hour is telling us that we're in a pretty strong bullish move to the upside. So really the only thing that I should be looking for to kind of align is, how do I align this strong 4-hour chart with a lower time frame and have it be to the upside. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to call out here. Um, ASR certainly could provide us a location for a bearish move, but given what I saw on the 4-hour chart, I would say that my preferred direction for a trade in platinum would be bullish. Okay, we need to find an area where we can participate to manage our risk to the bullish side. That would align us well with what we're seeing on the 4-hour chart. Okay. Okay. No other questions. We'll move on to crude oil. Okay. So we'll go ahead and bring in crude oil. We'll start with the daily chart. All right. Daily chart, similar to kind of what we were seeing here. I'm going to turn off, the reminder that ASR says that it works best with a much lower time frame. Okay. So we break in some structure here to the left, right? So we are, in the midst of a, relatively strong bullish move to the upside. Okay. Right. So daily looks bullish. We've broken some structure. We have a series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay. Don't have to overcomplicate this. As we look from left to right, are we moving up? Are we moving down? Well, ever since we've broken some significant structure here to the left side, that that has not paused. We continue moving higher, right? So the move has gone. We've had a change from bearish to bullish. All right. 4-hour chart. We don't need multiples of these. 4-hour chart. Okay, so here we are. This is a volume profile from yesterday. Okay, we're above that. Okay, we are above VWAP. We are above this anchored VWAP that I used back here somewhere. Okay, we're above a lot of indicators indicating that we are going to continue to see. Maybe do I need any multiples of these? I probably don't. Oh, maybe. What was that? That's from a different pivot. I like the one below. All right, so let's add that anchored VWAP that I destroyed here back. All right, back down to this level. Okay, as long as price stays above this, I feel like crude oil can continue higher. All right, so daily is higher. 4-hour is also higher. 30-minute. Okay, we're starting to see, kind of zooming in on that 4-hour candle. Okay, we are challenging. All right, some structure here at 81.50, 81.48. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the open from Thursday. Okay, we're going to look for the 9 a.m. bar Eastern. Going to drag that across to 4:30, and here we are. We are technically, did we open above? Well, it looks like we opened just on top of. Let me see. Over here. Kind of curious here, guys, on how we open here. Looks like we just a hair under. Okay, but we immediately broke above. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up initial balance. So this is the initial balance range. So yeah, so this could be kind of an initiative, move that we're making at the moment in crude oil, right? We are above value from yesterday. Okay, we are yeah, so bullish currently. All right, let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. So we have a very, kind of interesting target here. I'm looking to the left to see if there's anything in its way. Not seeing anything obvious. that could keep us from reaching. Yeah, I'm not seeing much here to indicate that we can't reach this level here. Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty clear sailing. Okay, pretty clear sailing up to potentially up this ADR level. All right, we're breaking some structures to the upside. We're above settlement. We're above VWAP. We're above our anchored VWAP. Right. So yeah, we could. I see 82 very much in our sights today. Okay. Unless somebody decides to step in here, and I would have to kind of look at maybe some of these higher time frames, maybe a little bit more detail to see if there's a daily level or 4-hour level that could cause price to stall here. All right. So let's go ahead and call out our levels. We have ADR high here at 8202, 8202. We have ADR low at 8052. Okay, we have settlement at 8129. We have gonna turn this off here. We have ASR here at 8206. 8206. Okay. We have ADR low at 8071. Okay, so those are our levels. Okay, so what are some of our hypos? Well, let's turn off this for a second. Let's turn ADR for a second because that still hasn't been reached. So what's some of our hypos? Well, one of our hypos is obviously bullish, right? We are going to look for some reference levels for our chart is similar to what we were seeing in gold, quite bullish. Okay. So we're looking for some sort of sustained auction to the upside with ADR high as our target. So, we need to find a reference level, right? A little bit of a pullback to support that. Okay. We have the daily VWAP, right? I'm going to go ahead and draw another VWAP here off of this low here. It's also similar timing. So I'm gonna add a anchored VWAP here at the lows, all right, the most recent pivot, right? So any area along this anchored VWAP would offer me an opportunity to take a trade to the upside. If I'm bearish, would be a little bit surprising, okay, but if I'm looking to fade this, then I can use 82 to fade back to VWAP, okay, or fade back to initial balance high, something along those lines, okay? So that's kind of what I'm seeing in crude oil, okay, a couple hypos there. Similar to gold, quite bullish, all right? Let's go ahead and move to RBOB. Okay, RBOB, we're going to go ahead and quickly look at the daily. Okay, daily, also similar to crawl, quite bullish. We've broken a channel to the upside. We're coming into an area that could prove to be resistant. This is a daily supply zone. All right, this could be resistant to price. Okay, I probably should go back and look to see if there's a similar area like this in crude oil, all right? But we do have a supply zone above us, still looking bullish, right? We've broken a bearish channel to the upside, all right? For our chart, we're just kind of zooming in, okay, to this. We've broken some structure to the upside. We have a developing 4-hour chart that looks quite bullish. Again, looks quite, how we say, sustained auction-ish. I don't know if that's a word, but it looks like we could be in a sustained auction to the upside in RBOB here, okay? 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. We are coming up on this supply level, as we mentioned. I'm going to go ahead and turn on initial balance. Okay, so we have our initial balance range. We have ADR levels, okay, up above us here. Yes, sustained auction-ish. That's a new word. All right, and look it up in the Webster dictionary. It means it continues sustained. Okay, All right. Tron is correcting my poor English. ADR high. Webster Dictionary. AI Google. Use whatever tool of choice. Okay, so we got ADR high here at what's that? 2.5103, 2.5103. We have ADR low. Yes, you're dating. I'm dating myself here. I'm not up on the tools of choice here. A little old school, I guess. What was that 245, 245.94? Okay, 245.94. We have settlement at 2.4851. Okay. And let's see. We're going to turn off ADR here. Going to turn on ASR, and we have some new levels. Okay, so 251, 251.5189, and we have 2.47771. Okay. All right. So similar to what we said about crude oil. Well, right now, I would say that we need to figure out a way to go long. Okay. Maybe not so much at retail, right? But we need to figure out how we can arrive at a reference level that would support a long trade. If we want to look for, potentially fade this current move, well, we need to look at ASR or ADR, okay, to support that. We're already up against ADR, right? And not really seeing much in the way of resistance here, okay? So what's the next level that could pose a opportunity to fade this? Well, that's ASR, average session range, all right, if I'm bearish. But the path of least resistance, at least at the moment, okay, based on what I'm seeing as far as price action, would be to the upside, all right? Again, we need to find locations where we can reasonably participate in this up move, all right? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the equities. We'll close out the session with NQ and ES. Let's turn off some of these things because this is quite busy for me. Got levels everywhere. Let's remove some of the drawings. Okay, we're going to turn off ADR. We're going to turn off ASR. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to look at the daily, guys, but I think I know what we've been this is probably the most bearish I've seen. This gap here is, I believe, rollover generated, so wouldn't pay too much attention to that. We closed with a bullish engulfing candle yesterday. We have a developing kind of doji looking candle. We haven't really technically opened the market just yet on New York session, so we'll have to see what that's going to entail here. But honestly, we really haven't broken any structure here to indicate that we are, necessarily heading lower here just yet, right? Price is not below this bullish channel. So again, we have to look at this as bullish behavior, all right? For our chart, okay, we have, kind of a little bit of a sell-off here at the during London, and we've been kind of ranging, maybe as a result of some of the news that might be coming up here, but we've been ranging since the close, okay, of yesterday, right? Not really any indication this sell-off would actually happen a couple of nights ago, right? Not last night, okay? So we've been ranging. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, we continue in the range, right around settlement, right around VWAP, right? A lot of overlapping price, okay? Not really great price action to take any sort of definitive, position, okay, in the market. It's inside, it's in the channel in TradingView and outside in Top Step X. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Okay, we're going to locate the 930 bar, drag that across to the 430 bar, and lo and behold, we're inside value. Surprise, surprise, right? We see ranging price action. We're inside value. So what is that? What is that going to tell us heading into the market? Well, we could be in store for a range day. Okay, so we need to be even more diligent. Okay, in a range day to participate in extremes of these ranges, right? So what would be an extreme? Value area high, value area low, right? Those are extremes. IB high, IB low, right? We want to focus on those extremes, right? Yeah, it's not the easiest of trades, right? We need to focus in on these areas above us, right? And below us, okay? Those are the areas. Notice how price came down to value area low and reacted away from it, okay? The other thing that we could potentially do is wait for initial balance to develop and let the market participants pick a side and see how he might be able to participate, right? But this is very much a what appears to be a what could be a range day, and honestly, given all the things that need to take place today, it's not surprising, okay, with rollover and whatnot, that we could have a very controlled range day, right? Because people need to secure their rollovers to the new contract. All right. All right, so we have 30-minute chart indicating that we're in range. We have, we'll go ahead and call out this ADR high here. All right, so we got ADR high here at 178.75, 178.75. We have ADR low here at 19.907.75. Okay, and then we have settlement price at 20,000. What is that? 31. 50. Okay. We're going to go ahead and call out ADR, although this is probably going to get need to be adjusted here. But we have ADR here, ADR low here at 2143. We have ASR, sorry, 2143. Okay, and then 143. And then we have ASR high at 2348.50. Okay. So that is kind of what we have as far as levels. So what are some of the hypos? Well, I'm going to have to wait for initial balance to kind of get created here. We are, in this kind of box environment. Really wouldn't want to take any serious longs until I get above 2080. Okay, I need to get above 2080 to really embrace a long trade. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to be chopped up in this kind of range. If I'm thinking short, well, then I need to see if I can get certainly below 19,976. We're starting to see some price action that might indicate that we might head higher, but nonetheless, this 20,080 would be my first bar that I would want to see. Now, could you take a trade from here to 20,080? Yes. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I think that's probably, on a 1 mini contract, that could be a $400 opportunity. I'm not sure in the NASDAQ. Okay. But nonetheless, if we're really going to sustain up to ADR high, then we need to get above 2080. Okay. That is going to be the level of importance. We are below the EMA. We're right on top of settlement. We just are here above the daily VWAP. I'm going to draw an anchor VWAP here on this pivot below us. Okay. So if price stays above this, then that could be, again, another indication that, price could start to head higher. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and close the session off with ES. Okay. ES. All right. So we're going to look quickly at the daily. Okay. I suspect it's going to tell us the same kind of thing. We don't need multiple of these. We're going to turn off ASR and ADR for the moment here. All right. So similar kind of view that we had in NASDAQ. We also had a you know, a rather bullish close. We are developing kind of let's remove this here. We are kind of developing a doji-like kind of candle here, but really, honestly, you know, this is no different than what we saw here. Okay, we are still very much in this bullish channel. Okay, to the upside, right? Nothing is tell. There's no new lows that have been created. Okay, all the bears have been able to do is get a little bit inside these bullish candles, right? But they have not been able to make any sort of significant new low, right? So sentiment on the daily, bullish. Okay, so we have some price action here. This is the 4-hour chart. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this bullish channel. I don't think I need to see that. It's not going to give us, not giving us any insights that we already don't know. So we have price currently below settlement. Okay, we have it below some of these VWAPs, right, on the 4-hour, right? Price is below. Okay. We've kind of come into this area potential of demand. We're starting to see some buying wicks. If we do get price above 55, 51, 25, that could be enough of a, how we say, of a impetus of initial price that maybe that others would kind of join suit, or if not, and it's not able to make or break this level, then this looks like it wants to head lower, right? Down to maybe 5,500. Okay, retest some of this demand level here on the downside. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the 30 excuse me, 30-minute chart. Okay, let's remove some of these drawings. I had too many of them. All right, we have kind of created a bit of a double bottom here at the EMA, right? We have settlement above us, and we have price above that. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Let's locate the Thursday bar here. We'll drag that across to here. All right. So again, similar to NASDAQ, we are inside value. Okay. So again, we should expect potential range behavior. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up ADR. All right. So we have ADR well above us. Okay. I think the key level for me would be 55.50, right? If price can get above 55.50, right? If price can get above 55.50, then I would use 55.50 as an area, you know, to retrace, you know, what was resistant becomes support. That would be an area for then a continuation move back to 55.72, right? That would be kind of the natural progression for me. All right. Okay, so let's call out some of these levels right before the market opens, because I know I have a fair number of you who are open range traders. So let's go ADR high here. Okay, ADR high is 55.71.50, 55.71.50. Okay, we have ADR low at is at 55.18.50, 55.18.50. Settlement is 55.44, 55.44.50. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here and turn on ASR. Well, we're a little bit lower here. That's going to get readjusted here on the open. So we have 55.93, which is well above. Okay, 55.93, and then ASR low as at 55.47.75. 55.47.75. Okay, so what's in store for us? Well, honestly, I would say we need to wait for initial balance to form here. If I had to choose again, similar to what I said about NASDAQ, we need to be focused on extremes: value area high, value area low. Okay, in this market, IB high, IB low. We already had, I guess, a reversal away from ASR low already. Okay, that could be indication for maybe price to continue to the downside. Okay, we could see some price. We could see some price movement down. All right. The only thing that's kind of against us is the fact that we are above this EMA. All right. And we could very much remain in this kind of range, or very range throughout the day today. All right. So that's kind of what I have for you today in the markets. If there's any sort of questions, I'm happy to entertain them. Otherwise, I'm going to, again, today is triple witching. So we need to be careful with, our trades. They could be quite volatile. They may not be sustained. Okay. So all these kinds of things that maybe we expect in a normal market, maybe normal, price actions are probably may not behave the way today. Okay. So be careful with that. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have a good session. Again, no group coaching today, but I will be in Power Hour today. So for those Top Step TV folks, I will be in Power Hour. Okay. All right, guys, have a good day in trading, and I'll talk to some of you soon.